Echoes from the past. The cosmos sprawled majestically around the Argus, an immeasurable expanse dotted with luminescent stars. The previous day's encounter with the cloaked Helian ship still weighed heavily on everyone's mind, the air thick with contemplation and introspection. However, their current trajectory was oriented towards a much larger looming situation. On either side of the Argus, the Valiant and the Sentinel sailed, forming an armada with the 5 Rebel Alliance ships led by Prince Arlon. They were steering towards Omega Base, not just any location, but the last stronghold of the Rebels, nestled in a region of space entirely uncharted and unknown to the Federation. Rumors whispered that it was here that the entirety of the Rebel forces were congregating to strategize their future actions. For Commander Elara Vance and her crew, every inch traveled brought new mysteries and uncertainties. As the vastness of space continued to unfold, a soft chime interrupted Commander Vance's musings, indicating an incoming communication. Prince Arlon's visage, previously characterized by an undeterred stoicism, now displayed traces of fatigue and distress.
Commander Vance,
He began with a customary nod.
as we draw closer to Omega Base, there are imperative matters that warrant our attention.
Commander Vance, realizing the gravity of the impending discourse, responded,
I concur, Prince Arlon. Transparent communication is vital to ensure the cohesion of our collective forces.
Taking a deep, steadying breath, Arlon started.
Commander, the obliteration of Alpha Point wasn't a mere strategic setback. It represented our unity, our aspirations, and our defiance. My departure from Alpha Point, a mere 2 days before its demise, haunts my thoughts. The what-ifs plague me. Could I have altered the outcome had I been present?
Vance, while empathetic, held firm.
Your Highness, guilt is an insidious foe. While the pain is inevitable, self-blame is a choice. Your decision to seek an alliance was a calculated risk, one that could very well be our saving grace.
Arlon's visage shadowed further as he shared,
There's another pressing concern. The matter of the traitor that we've previously discussed. The Omega Base is taking that message incredibly seriously. It threatens to destabilize our very foundation and could profoundly compromise our endeavors. Rest assured, every measure is being employed to root out this deceiver.
The news, although not new, still struck Vance with its stark implications. While they had anticipated battles against the formidable Drac, internal treachery was an entirely different beast.
Such betrayal.
She mused aloud.
It's a noxious poison. Nonetheless, the Federation stands by you. We've weathered storms of deceit before. Together, we'll identify and neutralize this threat.
For a moment, Arlon's steely gaze softened, gratitude shining through.
Your unwavering support, Commander, is a beacon in these tumultuous times.
The conversation concluded, leaving the Argus's crew awash in a mix of anticipation and apprehension. An internal traitor was a wound most grievous. While they had known the Drac to be formidable foes, this internal strife was an unanticipated twist. Unbeknownst to many, the Argus held 2 captive Helians from the previous encounter. Their presence was a constant reminder of the intricate tapestry of alliances and hostilities that defined their universe. Commander Vance, always 2 steps ahead, saw an opportunity even in captivity. Activating her comm, she established a channel to Salon, the Helian commander they had captured. His face appeared on her screen, displaying a mixture of defiance and curiosity.
Commander Salon,
She began with an assertive tone.
you're about to witness history. You'll be present as the Federation and the Rebels come together at Omega Base. You'll have a front-row seat right beside me. My hope is that, once you see for yourself, you'll understand that the Rebels deserve a chance. The Helians need to see the bigger picture, and I'm offering it to you.
Ceylon's expression remained unreadable, but his eyes hinted at a depth of contemplation. For Commander Vance, the journey forward was illuminated. Trust, but with prudence. This nascent alliance with the Rebel Alliance, however fragile, was crucial. Every move, every decision would be made with the utmost care, ensuring that the alliance's integrity remained unbroken. As the fleet continued its voyage, the shadows of the past lingered, a constant reminder that the intricacies and machinations of the galaxy were as vast and profound as space itself. Approaching Omega Base. Stars stretched endlessly in every direction, their ethereal shimmer punctuating the otherwise uninterrupted abyss of space. The combined fleet of the human Federation ships and the Rebel Alliance, like a constellation of its own, surged forward. Their shared destination, Omega Base. Inside one of the Rebel ships, Prince Arlon, Lyra, and Rice sat together, a makeshift command unit of 3. Their previous ordeals had forged a bond between them, a bond that was crucial for the days to come. In front of them, a holographic panel beeped to life, and Commander Alara Vance's visage emerged, with the dark vastness of space and the silhouette of her ship in the background.
Commander Vance?
Lyra greeted with a warm nod.
It's good to see you again.
And you?
Vance returned the sentiment.
We're drawing closer to Omega Base. Preparations on our end are underway.
Prince Arlen's gaze was intent.
Omega Base, the last rebel stronghold, is brimming with activity. Our forces are at the ready. Understandably, given the events at Alpha Point, they might be slightly distrustful initially. However, I've disseminated word of our alliance. Your presence here is testament to a future we're crafting together.
Vance nodded.
We're here in genuine partnership, Prince Arlon. Whatever skepticism your forces might have, we'll face it together.
Rice, always the man of action, leaned forward.
Speaking of partnerships, I'm eager to commence the pilot training. The human fighters you've brought, Commander Vance, are advanced, and with the right training, our rebel pilots can be a formidable force.
Vance smiled wryly.
You've always been one for diving straight in, Rice. But you're right. The sooner we begin, the better prepared we'll be.
Arlen interjected.
Agreed, but let's not rush. Once we're securely at Omega Base, we'll have all the resources and space we need. We should prioritize safe arrival first.
Vance's console chimed, signaling a new development.
2 ships from Omega Base are on approach, she informed the group. I believe they're here to ensure our safe passage?
A small smile played on Arlon's lips.
Indeed, Commander. They're our welcoming committee. With them guiding us, the intricate defenses of the base will be a mere formality.
As the conversation flowed, the fleet adjusted its formation, seamlessly incorporating the 2 incoming ships. Their movement was a choreographed dance in the vast ballroom of space, hinting at the hours of rigorous drills each crew had undergone. As the flotilla neared its destination, Vance's sensors lit up with countless signals. Each one denoted a vessel, a piece of the mammoth rebel armada stationed at Omega Base. She caught her breath, the sight both astounding and heartening.
The magnitude of this, it's incredible,
she uttered, more to herself than anyone else. Behind her, Salon, the Helian commander, stood observing. He had been quietly escorted to the bridge, absorbing the unfolding spectacle. Vance, sensing his presence, beckoned him forward.
Behold, Commander Salon, this alliance, forged amidst adversity, is taking shape. As we approach Omega Base, you will witness firsthand the unity of purpose we share with the rebels.
His response was measured, his voice carrying a hint of surprise.
I see that, Commander Vance. The galaxy remains full of surprises.
The combined fleet, under the guidance of the 2 rebel ships, continued its trajectory. The monolithic structure of Omega Base loomed ahead, symbolizing hope and unity in a galaxy rife with challenges. The ancient crystals. The cold vastness of space stretched out infinitely before the shuttle. Inside its sleek confines, the glow from myriad instruments painted a soft azure hue across the interiors. 2 figures, Dr. Kenson and Dr. Malik, sat engrossed in discussion, their eyes periodically darting to a secure containment case. Nestled inside were the ancient data crystals that held mysteries of epochs gone by. A soft chime disrupted their conversation. The main console flashed with an incoming transmission emblem. With a quick tap, the holographic figure of Ambassador Solane materialized between them.
Good day, doctors.
Solane greeted, nodding at each in turn. Dr. Malik replied,
Ambassador, it's good to see you. We're about 2 days away from the Galactic Library.
Solane nodded.
I'm aware I've been making the necessary arrangements for your arrival. The library will be temporarily closed for your exclusive use. I've also enlisted the assistance of 3 of the galaxy's foremost experts in ancient crystal data technology. They'll be on hand to help with the extraction process.
Dr. Kenson leaned forward, a hint of relief evident in her features.
That's welcome news. We were growing increasingly concerned about the potential risks of attempting extraction on our own.
Solane raised an eyebrow.
Have you made any attempts at accessing the data since our last communication?
Dr. Malik shook his head.
No, we decided against it. We feared that our methods, however advanced, might compromise the data's integrity. We opted to wait.
That's a prudent decision.
Solane remarked.
While the potential knowledge inside those crystals is invaluable, it's equally fragile. We cannot afford any missteps.
The three shared a moment of silent contemplation, the weight of their mission pressing upon them. The universe was vast and filled with countless stories, and they were on the brink of uncovering one that might change the course of their present conflict. Dr. Kenson, her curiosity getting the better of her, inquired,
Ambassador, in your studies, have you come across any more references to the stellar accord?
Solane sighed deeply, the weight of countless hours of research evident in his demeanor.
Only fragmented mentions, mostly in ancient texts. It's as if the stellar accord, whatever it was systematically erased from galactic memory. My current hypothesis, though speculative, is that it might have been an alliance or a pact that held some significance.
Dr. Malik looked thoughtful.
It's intriguing to think that the Drak, now a fearsome and dominating force, were once part of something that seemingly advocated unity.
Yes,
Solane mused.
And it raises pressing questions. What transpired that led them down this path of aggression? How did the stellar accord dissolve, if it indeed did? The answers to these questions may very well hold the key to understanding our adversary and possibly finding a way to end this war.
The conversation hung in the air, filled with hope and trepidation. They were on the cusp of potential revelations, ones that might reshape their understanding of the cosmos. Dr. Kenson broke the silence.
Whatever lies within those crystals, it's a piece of our shared history. We owe it to the future to uncover the truth.
Solane nodded in agreement.
Indeed. Safe travels, doctors. The galaxy awaits your findings.
With that, the transmission ended, leaving the two scientists contemplating the path ahead. As the shuttle continued its journey to the galactic library, the promise of untapped knowledge and the hopes of a universe rested on their shoulders.